besties. I'm Anna.
And I'm Teresa.
And welcome to Sip and Chat, where we spill the tea on life lessons.
Well, happy holidays, happy New Year, and welcome to Sip and Chat's first podcast.
Yay. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, grab yourself some Coke, tea, water, whatever you like. Take a sip, relax, and enjoy, because we are super excited to be here with you today. We are so grateful.
I love this because we're going to be able to form a community to relate with many people.
Yes.
Watching our fans. I know we already have fans out there. Thank you so much. I know you guys are excited as we are. You saw our teaser. What our goal is with this is to be able to build a community,
somewhere you can relate, a safe space, and form friendships,
to talk about the things you don't talk about with others.
Yes. I mean, the whole point of these platforms is to try to get other people, to join in onto your community, and what better way than to start a podcast?
Yes. And so this was your idea.
Yes. So I enjoy watching a show on Netflix called Sweet Magnolians. And basically it was like this show, around three women who were friends, and they would get together maybe once or every so often to talk about life. They would share a drink, they would just, in that moment, they were forming this bond. And I really enjoyed that. So I started to have the poured out sessions in my home, if you remember.
Yeah.
And I really love that sense of friendship and bonding that we did there. And I could see a community that was forming there, where we were getting together. We were talking about things, talking about life, because life is hard. We've established that many times, and it's not easy walking alone through life.
For sure. I think that in many stages of life, I feel like friendships sometimes leave you, but then new ones come in a new season in your life. And I think, for example, us as wives, how you say it, wives.
Yeah, married women.
Married woman, yes. As a married woman, as a wife, I think that's how you say it. And then me as a mom, and I think in this new season of life, it's how you say it, like a change of atmosphere, where you're not only thinking about yourself, you're thinking about your spouse, and you're thinking about your kids. And one day, whenever you have kids, or like whenever people in our community, where we have a casa de paz that's only of married people, whenever they start having kids, we're able to relate even deeper. Yeah. And I think that's important.
It's just, having a community where you have a safe space to talk about things. Like you said, you have, motherhood right now. You're in that, environment where you're creating a home with your children and your husband. And that's really important. And, some of us still aren't there. So, it's nice to see a little insight of, what goes on, and, some of, not saying troubles, but some of the hardships that maybe pop up and how you handle them. So maybe when, I get in that stage of my life, I'm better equipped, and I have better advices and able to get through things as well.
For sure. I think that's what community does as well. I think that helps you prepare for the things that are coming in your life. And so you're not just thinking about like what's happening now in your life. It's like we have to think about our future. So for example, I have a perfect example for that, where before I got married, I was in a lot of marriage retreats, because we were serving in multimedia, where we're always having to be in anything that even didn't have to pertain to us. But through that, I was able to learn a lot about serving and about marriage. So it helped me at the stage of where I'm at now.
And for me, I did things a little bit different. I got married pretty young. So we've had to learn as we were going. And sometimes we, you know, me and my husband, when we do sit down and talk about things, we're like, dang, we would have known back then what we know now.
For sure.
Things could have been a little bit different because it's not easy. It really isn't. I'm never going to say that marriage is horrible. No, it is a beautiful thing, but it involves a lot of two people, not just you. And that's the thing that we forget.
Denying yourself. But like, okay, we can make a medium here. But anyway, this is for a later topic. But what we are excited about is starting this first podcast to be able to launch, you know, why we wanted to do this and what is the purpose of this podcast. So as people will see through these podcasts, we will be talking about finances, relationships, friendships. We'll talk about, and we will have guests on some of them, and be ready for some of them because they're fire. Like, they are off the chain, because some of them talk about or have a lot of wisdom and have a lot of experience, you could say.
Very much. And it's, you know, a platform that we wanted other people to be able to enjoy on the way to work, on, you know, the beginning of the week, because we watch all these other stuff. I'm guilty. You know, we watch little things here and there that sometimes really doesn't edify anything in our life. So, you know, that change in pace to be like, okay, let me see what they're talking about. What can I learn today?
For sure.
Because, you know, you never know. We could be going through the same situation, maybe not in the same, you know, order or the same thing, but we could be going through the same thing, and sometimes we can learn off each other.
Yeah. And also, what I like about, you know, our planning period was that we came up with what you guys can expect is a Bible verse of the day and advice of the week. Yes.
So tune in for those. You will love those, because why not share a little bit of the wisdom that we do have?
And we're still gaining some. Don't get me wrong. We're still learning. But I think of what we have learned, why not share it? And God has given us a gift that we won't stop giving. So I think that's something that, you know, people will have to, or will not have to, but they will be able to relate with some of the things that we will be sharing.
Yeah, very much. And building, you know, a safe place for others, you know, to have. So you can, you know, comment, ask questions. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you might be thinking about, what you might want to talk about. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, we're stuck in our own, you know, what's it called?
Bubble.
A little bubble that we're stuck in, and we only know our perspectives. We don't know what you might be going through. We don't know what you might be thinking. So if you have a question, if you want us to talk about something, please comment, write it in there.
If you're curious about something about us, we are a transparent paper here.
Just ask. We love to talk.
Yes, we do. I think that's why it's also, I think that's what we got from the Pour It Out session. I think that being there and bouncing back and forth on ideas and on conversation, I think that's where this all spun from, because what I liked from the Pour It Out session was that there were people that we have known for years. But a lot of the times we don't ever think to message that person and be like, how are you actually doing? Because I think we're automated to say, oh, I'm good, thank you. I'm good, thank God. Like, which a lot of the times when I say that, I actually am good, but I think that there's more underneath where we can challenge each other to be better. And I think really being honest with how we feel so it doesn't spiral into something bigger is very important.
Yes, I know that when we did our Pour Out sessions, you know, it was nice to hear from my friends, to see, the things that they were going through in the moment, like the victories, the goals that they were achieving, some goals that I didn't even know about, that they had said it at the beginning of the year. And it was really nice to hear and be like, oh my God, great.
Yeah.
I'm
accountability.
So happy.
So let's get it done.
And then, also having that friend that, they talk about something that they were going through in life, and you never knew about, and kind of makes you sit back and realize, be like, oh, I do need to do better as a friend, and maybe start asking, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Is there anything I can help you with? I do know that sometimes we tend to be a little more, well, for me, I'm a little more private about my things. I don't really share. So when I do have a safe space that I can share to, that I can vent to, it's really nice, because we do need to be heard. Sometimes we do need to let it off our chest. As much as, we might pray, as much as we talk to God, sometimes we need to hear another perspective for us to know that, okay, we're going to get through this.
Oh, yeah.
Because you never know. Like I said, other people have a lot of wisdom that you might not even know about, because they've gone through situations as well. And this is the reason why we want to, do this podcast. We want to be able to hear from others. We want to be able to give them, somewhere where they can come to and relate to and talk about things. Because I know as women, we go through a lot of stages. It's not just, we're just children and then we become moms, or we become, a career woman. Like, no, like there's different stages to everything, and there's so many steps. So it's nice to have a community that we can come together to and actually relate to, and be able to hear about and talk about topics that maybe not everybody's open to talk about.
And I think some things should stay to yourself. There's some things that are very private, like, for example, things you're going through with your husband, or like things that your kids are going through. I think sometimes, yes, require prayer, but doesn't necessarily, oh, I need to tell you everything we're going through, because obviously those battles sometimes need to be fought alone. Yeah. And just form a two-handed circle with your husband and just fight through it, because not everybody wants the best for you.
And that is very true. So knowing, where your safe space at is very important. Knowing the community that you're in is very important.
And knowing who to get close to. I think really inspecting your place and really like inspecting to know what really is going to be of benefit to you, and what isn't. And I think that's what we want to be. We want to be a blessing to many.
Yes.
We want to be able to relate to many. We want to have that community. We want to, I think, more than anything, have a friend with many people around the world who just needed this, to hear this, to hear the words that are coming out of our mouths. Because many times a little thing can set somebody to send somebody to a positive space instead of the negativity that they have. And sometimes starting a podcast is all you wanted to do, and you started, but you didn't continue, And it was a process to get to this first podcast. Like we said, like we mentioned, I am a mom, and it's hard for us to accommodate, because she works, she goes to school.
Yes.
And I'm a full-time mom. So I think that it was hard to coordinate, but we are here.
Yes,
excited.
And we are so happy that we actually got here, and we really do want you to have, a blessing out of this. We want you to like to hear from us, want to hear from us. So please, like, share, subscribe. You can find us, and comment. You can find us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Which YouTube will be where our full podcast will be. Most of our teasers, Bible verses of the days will be on our other platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So please find us, follow us, share us. Please share this. Share it to your friends, share it to your coworkers, share it to anybody. Yes. Anybody who you think will benefit from this podcast. We are excited to have you guys.
I know we have so many supporters. We love you.
Yes, very
people
much.
who
Thank you.
have supported us through this, and they were just like, you can do it. Like,
Yes.
you will succeed. And I'm just like,
Thank you for the
man.
support. We really
Yes.
enjoyed that.
I really love that because I honestly was nervous.
Yes.
I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie.
I was scared.
Like, I honestly was like, dang, we're not gonna start this because just because of our schedules. I just
Yes.
thought that we weren't gonna make it. And I didn't mean to be negative, but like the circumstances were cutting close.
Yes, they really were. It was really hard.
I was like, come on now. But I'm glad we stuck to it, and
Yes.
we actually continue to prepare and to be here today to be able to be with every one of you.
Yes. So
excited.
please, tune in for our next podcast that we will be launching.
Yes, we will be launching weekly.
Yes.
So our next podcast will be the second week of, the second week of
January. Yeah.
I was
Sorry.
like, where are we?
Yeah.
New Year 2026. So excited. I hope you guys have a blessed 2026.
Yes.
It's the start of the year, and that's why I feel like it's just the perfect time to start
for
this
new
podcast.
things.
Yes. And don't be afraid. Get out here with us, and if you want to join us, be a visitor on the show,
let us know.
More than happy to have you guys. Well, just message us and we will fit you in. And if there's a topic that you're very expert in, then contact us and be like, I would like to speak on this topic. And
please, because we like to learn.
yes, we can learn from you as you learn from us. So excited.
So yes, please tune in and come back to hear us on Sip and Chat.